What's poppin'? Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I'm your host, the Concrete Genius, Coach John. More basketball, more life, more hustle. Got a lot of things I want to talk about, but my garbage man pissed me off, man. Like, he was rude to me, man. And I don't understand it, man. Like, it's only the black dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see you in a nice neighborhood, man. You try and do nice things for your family. I'm like, yo, I'm coming. Nigga looked at me like Hoppin' Bob and said, I should have left your ass. I said, I'd have threw this shit right on your head. I don't know who you think you playing with. And I'm like, it's like the 6th, 7th time I've had somebody service my crib, do something, do a service. And it's always them niggas, man, that turn their nose up at another black man. I don't understand it, bro. I mean, I'm for the community. I'm from the community, you could tell that. But it's just like, when you live good, certain black people look at you like, why you, nigga? I'm like, what I do? Why you got so much self-hate, So I decided to make this a whole podcast about self-hate. And when I talk self-hate, I'm only talking self-hating black people. I don't know nothing about white self-hate. I'm not a white person. I can't analyze it. Chinese self-hate, Indian self-hate. You're going to have to get somebody from them nationalities to tell you about the type of self-hate they deal with. But me and some of these Negroes I run into, it's despicable. And that lets me know I'm giving up an aura, giving off an aura that bothers people. Because it's only going to go two ways. Now, some dudes, they come out here, I might get some repairs, delivery. Hey, man, how you doing, OG? It's good to see somebody look like you, living like this. Man, what you do? I'm trying to do this. I got a son, I got a daughter. Help me out. I've never turned my back on somebody asking me for advice, especially if you black and you look like me. Ask anybody. But then it's always that group of Negroes. Gunline boss. Gunline boss. There's a lot of gunline boss girls around here. Gunline boss. Black people the only race of people. Oh, you see that emblem? You see the Cubs hat. You know what I mean? But black people the only race of people where there's so much self-hate. They try to decide which Negroes should have a good life. See, I'm sick of you Negroes. I like black people. I'm sick of you Negroes and your preconceived notions about what a Negro should be because you hate yourself. Everybody got the same 24 hours in a day, partner. Ain't that what Tupac said? But yet you in my face like a poo butt, mad at me. See, I knew I was a player. I was 15. I seen the dude in the BMW. I skipped school. I drove my little car to Chicago one time, messed with some girls. I was at the gas station. He was just filling up his Beamer, bumping. I'm like, yo, that's a hard-ass car, bro. I like it. You look good in it. What's your name, man? Told him my name. He was like, you a player, young player. You got it more honest than a lot of these niggas older than you. Took my number. Now I got a plug. Now I got the trees. Just from being a player. See, and I don't say that to advocate no type of activity or nothing. But I do say that to say that, like, the energy you put out should be the energy you receive and the energy you demand. Self-hate is a disease. In my previous pod, I talked about the self-hate I got because I spoke about black love. That's self-hate. Self-hate can come from a lot of things. We could take it all the way back 400-500 years ago. I'm not gonna go Dr. Umar or nothing on you. But self-hate starts a long time ago. And a lot of black dudes, they just hate themselves or they hate the fact. And I read somewhere, I had one of my intelligent partners that I deal with, he hit me. He said, you know, the reason you so contrasting and polarizing is that you've made mistakes in life and yet you've done more in less time than a lot of people. And black people are either going to vehemently reject that or accept it. And I was like, damn, you summed me up, OG. And that's the truth. I mean, you got dudes who have had time, but they wasted it. Drinking Hennessy, partying, hanging out, doing whatever. And they 40, they 35, they 45. Nothing in life accomplished. No community service. I got over 50,000 hours, free hours just donating to the community. And 80, 90% of that is the black community, 95. So that right there is a character that most men ain't gonna have. You see what I'm saying? So that hate internalizing, instead of people taking accountability for things, we live in an era where people want to blame something. This is an era about shifting blame. And that's why blacks are lacking. Because we have no pride, we have no self-containment. Our women are shaking their ass, living in apartments, no man, arguing with niggas on Facebook. We got niggas in women's business, argue with women on Facebook. And it's just a lie. And it all derives from self-hate, you know. To me, it was an article I seen, dude said something about, he don't want to, I think his name, Glock 9 or something. Ugly ass nigga. He was like, I don't want no light-skinned babies. Bro, you need to be finding a pretty black girl so your kids can look decent. Like it's always the dudes like that. Like, so much self-hate, probably grew up getting called ugly, that they need the money and the validation to get a woman that they know deep down don't find them attractive. To me, that's simping 101. Maybe I should have changed this logo because I ain't talking no basketball right now. Let's see where we at. Nah, what I want to do. You know, that's what you do, man. You got your own studio. You just throw shit up there. But nah, just self-hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying every man that's in a relationship with a non-black woman hates herself. I'm not saying that. But bro, if that woman wouldn't date you when you didn't have nothing, you hate yourself. If you work at Walmart and she work at Walmart, nigga, you just, whatever you doing, that's a different conversation. I'm not gonna nitpick it. But if you make over $100,000, 150, and you dating outside your race, you tripping. If you a black professional athlete, you dating outside your race, you tripping. You know what I mean? Like, you dating a woman that has none of the qualities of your mom. You hate yourself. Not only that, you hate yourself so much, you don't want to see another you in the future. And see, I'm ready to stand on this hill until they come with the tanks and the bombs. Because it's the hill I've been wanting to stand on anyway, because, I mean, a lot of you dudes are simps. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you come from countries, you Africa, you grow up in the inner city, and then you blessed to have a structure and a society around you and a community that allows you to become a professional athlete. And the minute that you get on track for the wrenches, you deem a woman who can't relate to your struggles. You giving your kids a Mimo. You know, you don't have no interest in leaving a legacy. See, I hate to say it, but if you rich, if you rich, right? You got some money, pay attention. If you rich and you got some money, the most revolutionary thing you could do is marry a black woman. The next thing you can do is love people that look like you. See me, my guy Miles, I saw him coaching. He approached me a couple of times. He like, man, they say you that guy, bro. Because everybody was talking slick. I seen him coaching. And I said, hey, black man, next time you coaching, do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. I don't want these teams to think they can do A, B, C on you. So do this, this, and this. Do this. And then boom, I walked over in the middle of the game. That man could have said, man, nigga, get away from me. Gunline boss. But he didn't. And that's the type of energy I have. So that garbage man really pissed me off, bro. Like, that shit was unnecessary, man. Like, yeah, I know I'm running out with the last bag shit, but bro, y'all could have had some consideration. And it was 2 of them. And I ain't no Karen. I ain't finna call the cops. I ain't finna be taking no pictures, and I ain't with all that old goofball activity. But I just don't appreciate 2 black men treating another black man like that. And you can see, because see, one thing about me, everything, I have a visual face. I have visual eyes. You know what I mean? And what I mean when I say that is that if I don't like you or I feel a certain way about you, you're going to know it by the way I'm looking at you. You're going to know it by my eyes. You're going to know it, like, because I just don't like you. You're going to see it in my face ever since I was 4 or 5. If I like you, boom, I'm be like, what's happening? You're going to see it. So with that being said, with me being a visual person that have a visual face where people could tell, I've also been blessed by God to be able to read people's instincts and visions and mannerisms. So I can instantly see when a nigga goes screwface what it's about. Because you have no other reason to be screwface other than the fact that, damn, I walked out this house and you see this intelligent, handsome-ass black man, with these tattoos and shit, and you probably like, what this nigga doing here? That ain't your job to figure it out, nigga. At all. And there's niggas like you that hold the black community back. Because you hate yourself. And I think going forward, we got to really start like, we build these athletes up, build them up, build them up, build them up, build them up. We support them. We go to all their games. We cheer for them. We build programs around them. And it's some obligation you got. And don't just say you get back, bro. Don't say you write off $10,000, $15,000 because a lot of you, I've seen you dudes trick that off on white women in Vegas, 60, 50,000. So I'm not just talking about money. You have to show the youth that you love black women. Because ain't nobody loving black women right now. You know what I mean? Not the real, I'm talking about American-born black women that's been through some shit. You know what I mean? Who loving on black women. Like, it should be your goal as a black man after seeing your mom. It should be your goal to say, you know what, I'm going to find me a black woman and I want that same love. Unless you hated your parents' love. Or maybe you hated your mom. Excuse me. Whatever it is, it's despicable. And then we got, like, so many women with a lack of self-respect. Like, a black woman to take up for you and you speaking up for black women. We just in hell. Some of y'all. I'm married, I'm good. But the future's coming, and people need to hear this. It's too much pandering. It's too much pandering from black people to the gay community. Y'all done put people in positions, non-masculine men, and I'm speaking from my Indianapolis experiences. I'm not speaking as a whole. But y'all put people in positions that don't have the masculinity to lead kids who need the help the most, and now these kids are failing. There's no consistency. Guys just have jobs for nothing because they can't relate to kids. They can't relate to masculinity. They don't have, a lot of these dudes ain't even got women. So, like, how can you teach a man how to be a man and you don't love women? I'm speaking to black people, so don't attack me. This is a black issue. How can you teach a man how to be a man and you don't love women? It's impossible. How can you be a leader of a man? You haven't even done the basic tenets of being a man, which is work, find a woman, procreate, raise a family. That's what being a man is. So we got all these guys in position, and I'm not here to denigrate nobody for their preferences. Your preferences are your preferences. I could care less. But it does matter when we talking about mentoring. We talking about sports. We talking about leadership. See, y'all tried to put dudes as leaders, but y'all knew one men. And that was wrong in the black community. You had to be in a frat, or you damn near had to be, you had to sell yourself on some buck breaking shit. I'm kicking the door down on all that, bucko. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for the dudes who been through some things, rough life, maybe been in prison or not, but just grew up around trauma and just want something better for their son. I do that for them. I'm breaking through all the classism, all the isms, and we knocking that down. You know what I mean? We knocking that down. Not only that, like, there's a whole fraction of these alternative dudes that tried to slander me just because I was masculine and just because I wasn't obedient and just because I'm black and just because I represent blackness in my family. I represent strength. And it intimidated a lot of dudes. Because a lot of these dudes, they act like, see me, I'm pro-black, but I can get along with anybody. A lot of these dudes scared to be pro-black and they fake it. See, I never fake it with another race. I don't have to. So if you my friend, you white, you my friend, you Cuban and you Spanish, we cool. You know I ain't faking it. Because one thing I learned from other races is I've had other races tell me, like, bro, y'all the only people not smart enough to keep all y'all resources in house. How can I argue that? When you got NBA players marrying non-black women, marrying non-melanated women. How can I argue that? When you got NFL players marrying non-melanated women. I don't care if it's Saquon Barkley or Joel Embiid or anybody. I don't only hit dogs holler. But if you making millions and millions of dollars and you black and brown, if you mixed, bro, you already you already in the washing machine. I ain't got no beef with you. I really don't. You know what I mean? Like because that's basically telling you to hate half yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no beef with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't finna sit here and act like it. Like I ain't got no beef with you. But if you look like this and you in the league and you in any league, you a black man. All these first of all these entities. All these entities are built off your back. You know what I mean? And then second of all, like, where's your father? You know, where's your uncles? You know, where's your Uncle Ray Ray? Where's your aunt Gladys? What happened if she can't use your comb? Don't bring her home. You know, you Negroes got so much self-hate. Like you ain't no way I'm gonna date a woman that wouldn't like me if I was working at a factory or something. If she wouldn't be in love with me at 60,000, and y'all know it, half of you professional athletes in your heart can put on the Bible that the woman you with, that non-black woman you with, would not be with your ass if you was making $65,000 a year. Just be honest. Man, her family wouldn't even let you marry her. They'll write her out the family. So I'm not gonna call you niggas coons because that's a hard word. I don't like that word because when you use a word like coon, that's kind of speaking to the mindset. It's degrading, it's offensive, and it takes away from the meat and the intelligence of a conversation. So I don't resort to name calling, even though when I spoke up for black people, I was called names because some of our people are lost. Everybody ain't gonna get on Noah's Ark. So I don't argue with idiots. I don't argue with people who don't love themselves. I don't even argue with nobody that ain't got no man. You know what I mean? Like, because if a woman had a man, she ain't gonna even argue. She gonna be like, hey, baby, I think this nigga talking about me. He gonna be like, hey, bro, I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, I wasn't talking about your girl, or I was, or I wasn't, or it's a misunderstanding. But ain't no woman that's getting love gonna argue with no man. So already, So we already in a quandary. We deep in a hole. And I'm going to dig us out. You know what I mean? And I might not be the one to dig us out, but like Pac said, I'm going to spark the mind of the one that dig us out. Because this is embarrassing. Like, we look goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen a player, man, like, from Africa, like, he having a half African. Yeah, half these Africans and then half these white folks at your wedding, bro. Like, what are you doing? And they ain't guess. You the bag. And they secured it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not going, I don't like using words like, coon and shit like that. Cause like I said, to me, once you resort to name calling, you've already like withdrew yourself from the highest level of intelligence. But I will say we in a dark place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will say the way that people are so ashamed to even love, to profess a love for black women verbally or online, yeah, we're in a dark place. Like, I understand the stress black women go through. And then, like, colorism, right? America used colorism to trick the shit out of us. They use colorism to tell you that if you dark-skinned, you should feel bad. But if you really go into any black community, right, all the chocolate dudes be winning. Chocolate girls be winning. That's reversed. So really, if you was in the NBA and you really want to practice colorism, man, you're supposed to marry a nice, beautiful chocolate girl. But it's hard for y'all because in the 90s, what they did was they started saying, okay, if we put a black girl in a video, this was before the surgeries, we're going to over-sexualize her. We're going to over-sexualize her, over-sexualize her, over-sexualize her. And then we're going to make the object of the video, the romantic interest, a non-melanated woman, right? Or a non-black woman, right? Then they did that. And then they started, once the surgeries came, when everybody started looking the same, after that last run of like pretty black women went through there, like Melissa Ford and all them and Bernice, all them kind of went through there. The last like generation of pretty black women, then they started saying, okay, what, we going all foreigners. We going all foreigners. And then we started accepting anybody into the culture. See, like me, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I like my white friends white, like Richie Cunningham. I don't want no white friends that want to rap. If they got a podcast, be Joe Rogan or some shit, or be Patrick David or something. Like, I don't want to hear no white man talking about black culture, bro. I'm sorry. I'm from Gary, Indiana. I just don't want to hear it. Like, so I don't even acknowledge it. I don't entertain it. I don't react to it. It don't bother me. I don't repost it because I come from a culture where it was prideful in protecting your culture, and in that way you could work with other cultures. It's like being from a neighborhood. If you don't protect your block, how you gonna go on the next block? My street, nobody breaks in the houses. This our street, this my block. They don't do this in front of my mama crib. This our block. Don't do this in front of his mama crib. This my neighbor house. Don't be shooting dice or flipping quarters in front of my neighbor house. Once you establish the block, then you go to other blocks and say, okay, we cool, we doing this. What y'all doing? This how we do it. It's the same way with culture. That's why I'm so blessed to be able to grow up in Gary, Indiana. Have all them black teachers and teachers that told you the truth about U.S. history, about black love, about black people, about what we've been through. And so that love I have for myself allows me to strive in business and deal with other races. So I can genuinely deal with the other race and have love for them because I love myself. See, a lot of people where they talk all this, man, I hate, but you don't hate white people because you're going in there to work for that man every day. Or you really might hate him, you just scared to say something, you can't say it because he pay your check. You know what I'm saying? Or you rent your house from him, your car or your loan, or he got you your job. So you can't even be pro-black, but when you go home, you hate them. Like, see, me, I've never, probably 20 years? I don't think I've used a slur towards a white person in 20 years. I don't have to. I haven't used a slur towards a Mexican. I don't have to. I respect myself. So if I love myself, so I don't have to utter the term, I don't have to utter a term for white people, but white people. I don't have to utter a negative term for Mexicans. Just call them Mexicans. Because I have self-love. But them dudes that be fronting, yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Yeah. Oh, people can what? Marry who they want to marry. And then they get in their bedroom. Oh, these motherfucking lack of self-love. And you cowards. See, it takes strength. And that's what I started understanding. Like, I represent strength. A lot of these dudes ain't seen strength. You know, they don't know what strength is. You know what I mean? They ain't seen they father be strong. They ain't seen their mama be strong. They just talking. I represent the epitome of strength. You know, I'm everything. So it's like, either you're gonna love me and you wanna take from it, or you're gonna hate me and you just gonna wanna avoid it, you know? But we are in a state of emergency. You know, I think if you got an athlete, football player, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're going D1, D2, D3, basketball player. You know, I had a mom inbox me, several moms, but they all just say, I appreciate you. You know, I'm worried about that with my son now. See, we had to stop being scared as a race to say that we need to marry each other. This that good wife. This that Floyd Mayweather shit. Let me hold this shit up so you niggas can see this shit. This that shit they give you in Gucci. And I drink this shit like Kool-Aid. Because I'm Gucci. But I digress. But yeah, we got to go back as a race and just start saying like, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with like saying, hey, I'm chocolate. I want a chocolate woman. I want chocolate babies. That's it. You know, and those that ain't with us, we got to start realigning our parties, realigning our direction. That's why politically, black people had more power in the 1800s than we do now. Black people had more power in the 19 whatever than we do now because we all over the place. Like, we so ambiguous, we don't even know what black is. You know what I mean? Like, black to me is precious. It's me. It's pride in my character, my culture, my heritage. Is giving my soul to, you know, little babies that look like me, little kids that look like me, and trying to teach them something. You know, it's standing up for myself. It's excuse me. It's enduring. It's special. You know what I mean? It's a swagger that I walk in a room with that other people can't comprehend. Like, to me, like, you know, when I got my wife on my arm, we walk through a room, I know people staring. Because it's powerful. You know what I mean? I had a Latin dude, and I don't know if I said in the other podcast, but if I did, you're going to hear it again. I had a Latin dude in Miami tell me, like, yeah, man, more Latin women are having babies by black men. That's good. So why is that good? It's because you guys got all the genetics. That simple. It's that simple. And I'm not saying that's the reason why I say it, but I'm saying this came from the mouth of a foreigner. Come on. But see, the thing about it, they done tricked us into devaluing ourselves so much that we think if we get rich, a non-black woman is a prize. Now imagine your mama carrying you for 9 months, wiping your ass, changing your diapers, wiping your nose, ear infections, postpartum, all kind of shit, man. She can't even put on a dress no more. Her body fucked up. She done had your dumb ass. You been sitting in her stomach. You done fucked her up. Whatever. But she still get up, make you breakfast, cook for you, iron your clothes. Mama make miracles out of every Thanksgiving. And here you go. You get signed to the New York Giants. And you marry Becky Steinfeld. Nah, man. So whatever, you know, whatever young mind hearing this, we need to spread it to the youth. You know, I had quick, brief conversation. I was honored to have a quick, brief conversation with the brother 19 Keys. And I was just telling him, like, you put this effort in the dudes and we talk wealth, generational wealth, but generational wealth and generational building starts with black man marrying a black woman. Marriage is a business. It's a partnership. I told you in the last podcast, when you was born, that social security number, that's your receipt. You a business. Somebody making money off you for the rest of your life, right? So my social and her social, boom. Now we a business. Now we grow. Now you run an empire. And if something happens, God forbid, to me, nice insurance. But that empire will continue to run the way I see fit. My kids gonna run it, continue to run it. My grandkids gonna run it, continue to run it. My grandkids gonna do it, continue to run it. My guy told me today, man, I really appreciate you and your son because I hear you cooking for him. I hear the leadership you do. You're in the house with him every day. You can trust him. You can love him. That's a compliment. But that started with the revolution. Him being smart, wise, having character, like in women, started with me. And we just got to do better. Like, we got people coaching kids and leading kids that, like, to me, I think in the black community, we just need to make some laws. Like, we don't have to mistreat anybody that's choose whatever their sexual preference. I'm not advocating rudeness. I'm not advocating being mean to nobody. I'm definitely not advocating no type of physical, mental abuse or even verbal abuse toward anybody due to their sexual preferences. But I do advocate this. If you don't believe in a traditional black family, then you need to stop being a role model for little chocolate kids. Because you're not. If you make it to the NBA or you run a training facility and you do all this training and all this stuff, right? And you got all these black people scraping all this money up to pay you, and you got a non-black wife, you stealing. You stealing. Because how could you love black people and you can't even love one to make the biggest business decision of your life? Then you end up like the garbage man. You got those type of dudes, or you got the type of dudes who, don't want non-black, period. So for a real nigga like me, where's the middle ground? Only dudes who think like me. Growth mindset, you know what I mean? And I ain't scared. Like Bernie Mac said, I ain't scared. Because, y'all don't understand, like, me calling out the nepotism and me calling out the stupidity and the lack of kids getting scholarships and the lack of black women being loved. Man, I am a champion. They love me out here, boy. I ain't even know. And me, I don't do nothing for clout. I just say whatever I want to say, whatever's on my mind. But like, man, I've probably been reached out by over 100 black women. Thank you. Thank you for speaking up for us. Thank you for, I got dudes in the league right now that I could bust out whose mama contacted me and was like, I really hate my son married that non-black girl, but I wouldn't even do it. Because again, once you go into the name calling or you start, unless somebody did something to me personally, you start like revealing, like then you go into the gossiping and you might as well put a pride flag behind you, you know what I mean? Like I ain't turning into that, but I will tell you, it's a lot more people privately, and probably they can, like jobs. A lot of people don't have the confrontation skills I have, and I understand that. A lot of people don't have the ability to articulate their feelings. And I've always been like that. You know what I mean? I understand that. And I'm not saying you can't love other people. You can love whoever loves you. You know? But what I am saying is you making over $150,000, $200,000, it should really be in your best interest to procreate with a dark-skinned black woman. It just should be. You know what I mean? Because you run in this field, run, boy. Jump, boy. Faster. They cheering for you. They loving you. But what if they wasn't? What if you were standing on 30th and MLK? Would they love you? What if you hit a rough patch and you had to catch the bus for a while? Would they love you? How would you know? That's why, like, dudes know if I want an athlete, she wouldn't be with me. That's a despicable feeling. That's worse than tricking. I respect the trick more, because at least a trick. I'm in and out. Let me get an 8-piece wing, 2 jalapenos, 6 biscuits, a large potato wedge, and some Kool-Aid. I'm tricking. I mean, I ain't my flavor, but I respect that more than you just bring the whole entire De La Sousa family to the family. Like, you cracked out now. Bro, you from the hood, bro. You got Mexican grandma-in-law, mom-in-law, bro. You tripping. You from the streets, bro. You got a Mimo, and you smoking. You lame. I don't care. I don't like nigga gonna run up on me and fight me because I said you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be a millionaire wearing white women. Man, in fact, I'll probably sue you. Cause I can't beat you up because I'm gonna look bad. I sue on it. Man, what? A Cardi B one of these niggas. And I'm gonna get the shit beat out you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just speaking my truth, man. And like, one thing about, like, we've been taught as black people since slavery, that's where the fear comes from. Anytime you speak on the advancement of black people, white people don't even care no more. White people so far ahead, bro, they don't care nothing about this shit, bro. Like, man, Asian motherfuckers so far ahead, bro, they don't care nothing about this shit, man. They don't even care. Cause they 10 generations ahead of us, keeping that shit in-house, in race, nigga. Back when Frederick Douglass was sleeping with white women, nigga, Quincy Jones and shit, like, them niggas been laughing at us. So 2023, they just cut on the videos and they laugh. They got everybody in position now. They not bothered by this. They run radio, have the artists, have the podcast you listen to talking about black shit, white people. Everything you buy, as soon as you get some money, you getting it to, like, impress, to shit on other black people. Soon as a dude get to the NBA, he going to strip club or he going to Vegas, blow a bunch of money on non-black women. And if he do get married non-black women, man, them folks is laughing at us. They ain't threatened by me. You threatened by me. Because you hate yourself. They looking at me like, man, 30 years ago, you probably been a problem. Malcom X was alive today, bro. Motherfuckers donate some money to him. That's how messed up niggas is. You can just turn on the rap music, bro. You can see female rappers with drill, guns and shit. Listen, the world went to hell once these dumbass college bras started twerking. Like, twerking was fun when it was just chicks in Atlanta and Miami. You know what I mean? Strip clubs, shit. Like, chicks up north didn't even used to know how to twerk. You just had to go to Atlanta to see a motherfucker twerk. Or at least Nashville. Nah. Now you can put on some music in the middle of fucking the suburbs or some black chick with a master's degree with an apartment with bad maintenance. Hey, sit your dumb ass down. You on your 7th boyfriend, your 4th baby daddy, and all your kids is fucked up. And you twerking. That's what happened. See, it used to be like the streets and the squares, right? It used to be 2 different things. But what happened was the culture got so oversaturated, motherfuckers started like, you know, you start getting, it just started getting watered down. You know what I mean? Like, so now it became like, you know, the internet brought it to where like nerds, they want the same popularity that like used to get like when I was hustling, like I was getting money. So like in 2004-5, I walked in the club, excuse me, and the DJ said, "Hey man, my boy Big John in the house," or whatever. That was some money making mid shit, bro. It wasn't no. I didn't ask him to do that. Like I didn't say shout me out. I ain't say, "Hey man, I'm friends with you, DJ. Shout me out when I get here." Or I ain't tell people come to the club. He gonna shout me out. I just walked in the club, spend money. But I've been spending money 10 straight Sundays. I'm going there spending 5, 10. So hey, see me around the city. I'm coming in with medallion, chain out, drinking. Hey, we got some hustlers in the house. That's how you start to get it. But what happened was, shit started happening. The lines started getting blurred. Niggas started listening to trap music. Then Young Jeezy came out. You know what I mean? Then Drake came out. Then Megan came out. So, like, now the lines is blurred between college niggas want to act like street niggas and street niggas want to act like squares. Because all street niggas want to do is get away from the streets and act like a square. All the street nigga want to do is take his son to basketball practice, nigga, soccer practice. Street niggas is saying, whew, I'm lucky I ain't in that box. I'm lucky I'm alive. Let me sign little Mike up for baseball. Square want to be on the flyer. Square want to smoke hookah and be out every weekend because they still playing catch up from one of them times when street niggas ran the world. See, a street nigga gonna start running the world 16, 17, 18, 19. By the time you 21, you done. A square looking at you like, I can't wait till I get to college and don't nobody know me. And then I become a Greek and I can start all over. Or, I can just, hopefully one of my friends will go, or, we'll just start acting like this and we'll put ourselves on flyers. And y'all started wanting to be the money-making Mitches. You know what I mean? Y'all started wanting to be the big Meeches. Y'all started wanting to act like that. Y'all started wanting to dress like the lines is blurred. Like 20 years ago, you could tell a street nigga from a working nigga, from a gay nigga, from a cool nigga. Like, it's just 4 different people. Like, now you don't know, like, bro, nigga could look sweet. He could have a hammer. Nigga could look like a thug. He could be a principal. Nigga could look, it's just all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, you got principals and you got niggas and principals going to Onyx tricking, spending up all their money holding up Patron bottles. Nigga, you an administrator. What are you doing out here with street niggas? You know what I'm saying? Why? It used to be a time when you go to the club, it wasn't nothing but hustlers. That's what the club used to be about. Hey, let me go in the club, man. The bras that want the hustlers, that's where you got your work done. I see you, man. Take my number. Okay, I see you. What you doing? What it look like? Them days is over. And once, these hoop niggas start wanting to get on flyers. They want to smoke weed. And they want to get niggas jumped and they want to act like they blowing big and they want to stun and buy sections and no, it didn't used to be like that, bro. Like when I was in the streets, bro, if I wanted to go party with niggas like that was in the league, like a David West, Sam Cassell, them niggas be, bro, you had to go somewhere upscale. And you might have a couple of hood niggas dip off in the hood, but they was hood niggas. Like, you might have a nigga like Edge or something pop off in the hood, but you didn't have squares coming off in the street shit. All the squares want to be famous. And all the street niggas want to be silent. You know what I mean? So it's just a sick dichotomy right now for black people. We're in a state of emergency. I'm here to help kids. I'm here to help all kids, all races. I'm here to help dudes who've been through things. Like, you got a kid, you been to prison, you got a kid, I train them at a discounted rate. I'm hella busy, but you can go to Concrete Genius Podcast, Concrete Genius Scheduling at Gmail. Send that to an email. My assistant will get back with you. She'll put you in. Everything I do is time consumption now. It's booked. It's on the schedule. So I don't have a lot of time to freelance, phone calls, things like that. But I'm here for y'all, man. You know what I mean? And I know it's disrespectful to say no disrespect, but I don't mean no disrespect to anybody. Like, if you not black or you from another race, I think I've articulated that well enough. Even if you choose to marry, like, you make $30,000, $40,000, bro, you married to a white woman, I don't give a damn about that, bro. Like I just, that's your business. But I'm speaking to these millionaires, to these guys get their names called, to these guys who went to college, our future leaders. You know what I mean? The guys that these kids look up to. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no kid looking up to no nigga working at Fastenal, bro. So they who you want, but you in the league, bro. You asking people to support you, support your shoes, support your movement, support your AAU programs, support your friends. You owe it to black people to marry a black woman. You really do. And if you don't see it, I understand, because it's always going to be some people that ain't going to make it to Noah's Ark. And if you don't make it, God bless. For those that do, see y'all again tomorrow, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this lovely pod. I am Sauce. I am him. God body energy, leader, king, community activist, husband, father, and just an all-around funny guy. But protect this brain at all costs, bro, because you might not see another one. Peace. Thank you. Follow us on all socials, man. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com is the website. I mean, it's on you now, man, because they listen to this shit in Denmark. Like, I don't care what you do, honestly. Thank you to my consistent fans. If you're on the fence, pick the right side. It might be a moat and some sharks on the wrong side. And that might be the side I'm on. So move with caution. Sauce, we out.